Yo, what a fight card we seen this weekend. Great fights, great knockouts, upsets on the championship side. But hey, are we going to see the Canelo and Terence Crawford? Many people say no to Terence Crawford and Canelo. Canelo even said himself he don't want to fight. But if we don't get that fight, we might see Terence Crawford and Vergil Ortiz. We'll talk about that right after this. Andy Cruz get his fourth win, second knockout of his career, knocking Antonio out in the seventh round.
Cruz gonna pick up the biggest knockout of his career.
You know, he ended up.
They're gonna call a knockdown. The ropes kept him up.
Wobbling all the way across the ring.
6, 7, 8.
The ref ended up calling it out.
Cruz gonna.
So Andy Cruz got a victory. His plan was to come in there and knock him out in the sixth round or do better than Devin Haney. Devin Haney knocked him out in the sixth round, but he didn't deliver on that part, but he did deliver in the seventh round with that overhand right. You know, Antonio did rock him in the fourth round, but he shook that off and came back, bounced back, hit him up in the seventh round and finished the fight. So that was a good fight. David Morel and Hot Rod, that was a pretty boring fight. I wasn't excited about that fight, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Morel wants to fight Benavidez. I don't see Morel beating Benavidez at 175. You know, he didn't look that good to me. Although Benavidez didn't look really good after coming up to 175, but he was winning all of the rounds. Maybe he lost one round, but this guy here was losing rounds, you know what I'm saying, making Hot Rod look really good in there. So with that being said, I don't think he should fight Benavidez yet. You know, he should get some more fights up on his belt because Benavidez is a monster. Although a lot of Mexicans say that they don't claim him and he's no monster, but hey, I feel that he is. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what's next, but I don't want to see him fight Benavidez, not just yet. Now moving on, knockout of the night, Mark Bacoli, the Machine, knocking out Jared Anderson.
Look good, Sergio.
No, the punches are landing too much. It's going to be another uppercut.
I knew
Is
it
this
was
the
over
end of Anderson?
He kept trying to time that uppercut because, you know,
seconds away from
Jared
the biggest
was keeping
win
his
of his
head down
life.
really low. So he finally timed it and got him with that uppercut. And after that, Jared couldn't really bounce back. You know what I'm saying? He really couldn't bounce back. So he ended up getting KO'd. So he took the loss really well. You know, he admitted that he made mistakes, didn't listen to his corner, so he paid the price for it. He said he wasn't worried about it. He was going home to his daughter. You know, he's going to take some time off, and hopefully he can bounce back. You know, he fought a machine. Mark Bacoli is nothing to be played with. You got to take that man serious. And you got to really be ready when you get in the ring with Mark Bacoli. His only loss was to Michael Hunt in 2018, TKO in the 10th round. You know, other than that, he's been killing it. So, yeah, man, great fights. You know, Big Baby Miller, I believe Big Baby Miller was robbed out of a win, you know, because Big Baby Miller, he was more aggressive, landing more power shots, staying in Andy Ruiz's face. At times, Andy was tired, moving real slow. Like, he really wasn't doing a whole lot. Backing up, Big Baby Miller just keeping the pressure, you know. And Andy Ruiz, he did hurt his hand. You can see his bones, you know what I'm saying? He showed his hand. His bone was sticking up, so that had a lot to do with why he wasn't really swinging, because he hurt his hand. But at the end of the day, man, Big Baby Miller, I believe he got the win, but the referees call it how it is, so it ended up being a draw, you know? So it is what it is. Now, moving on. Pitbull Cruz was upset by Venezuela. Venezuela kept the distance. You know, he kept the distance so Pitbull couldn't get in. And that's the way I said that he would win, because I had my money on Pitbull Cruz. But I said for Valenzuela to win, he had to keep the distance, keep jabbing, you know, keep him off of him, and then he'll cruise to victory. And he did just that. So he ended up taking the WBA title. Now we got a new champion. You know, we'll see what's next for Venezuela and Pitbull Cruz. Pitbull Cruz was expected to fight Tank Davis once again in a rematch, but after losing to Venezuela, I doubt if that fight happens. Terence Crawford is now a 4-division world champion after defeating Israil Madrimov. People think that it was a robbery. No, it was not a robbery. It was a close fight. But Terence Crawford got the win off those 3 rounds. If Madrimov would have got one of those rounds, then it could have been a draw. But Terence Crawford pulled it off at the end with those 3 rounds. Terence Crawford was throwing a lot of combinations. You know what I'm saying? A lot of combinations.
Yeah, I think he overheard you there.
And Madrimov, he was throwing some good shots.
This was a really good round.
But there was just one shot here and there.
Round by Bud coming around the guard, but it was a body shot. Look at those short little shots. He doesn't pull back the punches. Everything's from 6 inches. Just posted his side of the ring. Yeah, I think he heard.
Terence Crawford, you know, he stayed busy. And he was getting with some good shots, man. But shout out to Terence Crawford. What's next for Terence Crawford? I don't know if we're going to get the Canelo fight. Turkey wants the Canelo fight. Crawford wants the Canelo fight. Some fans don't want the Canelo fight. Canelo himself don't want the fight. But they're trying to make the deal with Canelo. Turkey said that if he was smart, he would take the deal that he about to bring up on him. So we'll see how that works. But if we don't get the Canelo fight, then we might see Crawford and Vergil Ortiz. Why do I say that? Because
if Terence Crawford does handle it, are we going to see Terence Crawford versus Canelo?
As I tell before to the ESPN, I give him the offer. If he's smart, he will accept it.
You see that? If he's smart.
So just so we're clear, so everyone understands, you've already sent an offer to Canelo to fight Terence Crawford if Terence Crawford wins tonight.
Ortiz.
But if he doesn't, I want Ortiz.
You want Ortiz? Vergil Ortiz versus Terence Crawford.
Vergil Ortiz is on a knockout streak. Crawford was on a knockout streak, was looking for his 12th knockout, but didn't deliver against Madrimov. So, you know, that'll be an interesting fight that I would like to see. I don't know about y'all, but me and Turkey would like to see it. So, if we don't get the Canelo fight, hey, let's get the Ortiz and Terence Bud Crawford. That'll be an interesting fight. Turkey put on a show, man. Eminem came out and performed, put on a great show. I mean, that's how you put on fights, man. That's how you promote. He's showing these boys how to promote. So shout out to Turkey for putting this event together. Beautiful. Great fights. Great knockouts. 50-50 fights. This man is putting together. He's putting together fights that we want to see, man. And I applaud him for that. But let me know what y'all think, man. It's your boy Mitch. You tune in to Fight Side TV. You already know. Come to Fight Side. Came to the right side. Until next time, keep it real with yourself and with others.